Hello my friends, Buck Small Engine DIY on YouTube. It's a cold day in the shop, but we've got some work to do. I'm here with a Subaru pressure washer. It starts and runs, but there's no pressure through the pump. Do you want to help me sort out what's going on and get it back up and running? Then stay tuned. Alright, so again, it's a Subaru pressure washer, EA190V, and it features a power stroke engine. That's made in China. 3100 psi, 2.4 gallons per minute. It also has electric start, so that's kind of cool, and the owner of this machine appreciates that feature, which is why she wants to get this thing back up and running and fixed. So what's going on with it? It starts and runs just fine, but there's no pressure builds in the pump. So it seems to be something of a pump failure. There's no obstruction in the lines, no obstruction in the wand. The tips are clean. There's no obstruction in the tips. I took a look at the unloader valve, and that seems to be working fine as well. And I just have to conclude that there is some internal pump failure. And while it may be possible to open it up, repair the pump, we are simply going to replace it. You're going to replace it. You can get a new pump for this machine, $50, $60, $70, $75 on Amazon. Yes, it's made in China, but so is this original pump, which it says there very clearly, made in PRC, People's Republic of China. You know, sometimes it's just the way it is these days. The most cost-effective option is not to try to take the pump apart, diagnose it, fix it. Even if you could find the parts, it's easy enough just to swap it out. So if your situation is similar to this, then stay tuned, because we're going to replace that pump together. Now, I agreed to change the oil, so I got to lay this thing back on its back, you know, to get to the pump. And since I'm going to change the engine oil, I'm going to start by draining that engine oil. Do that. I'm going to got the fuel turned off, and maybe I'll put a bag over top of that cap, make sure it doesn't leak when we put it on its back. So let's take care of those preliminary steps, and then we'll get to the pump replacement. Alright, these engines do not have a drain plug underneath. Actually, there's one right here. Using that would be a mess, so I like getting the old oil out through the dipstick tube using my Vevor oil extraction vacuum pump. Love this thing. So let's take care of that. Okay, with the machine laid on its back, we have access to the pump, and it's held on with 1, 2, and 3 up there, if you can see it, 12mm bolts. But what I found with the pump's removal, it's often the crankshaft, that the pump is frozen onto that crankshaft. That may be our biggest challenge, but we got to start by removing those 3 bolts. Now again, this one has the battery for the electric start, and the tank up here. It's kind of making it hard to get to this bolt there, but I think I can get to it right through here. And the other 2 will be pretty easy to get. So let's go ahead and remove those and see if the pump wants to come down easily or not. So the reality is that our pump mounting bolts are also our engine mounting bolts. So this one that goes through the top here, I can put a wrench on it here, but then I got to get a 13mm wrench here. So what I'm saying is, when we take the pump down, we're also unbolting the engine at the same time, since those bolts all work together. Just to keep that in mind when you're taking it apart. That one was pretty easy. Right, in this case I don't see the pump to be frozen on there. It is coming off as I pull it. Here's that. So it did come down really very easily. Here's a keyway pin here. Leave that there for now, I guess. And the engine's sitting here. I'm going to stand everything up now for the time being because I don't want the engine flopping around too much. I'm going to have to disconnect this. I'm going to have to disconnect the washer hose line, but I think it's got some soap solution in there, so I'll have to plug that off or pinch it off or something. I'm just letting the washer fluid drain out of there. That's the easiest thing to do at this point. I was talking to you about the unloader valve, which is this guy right here. And you can pop him out. And I've already done this, but you can pop it out by pulling out this pin. And then prying out the unloader valve. Right there. And you see this pin, that has to slide in and out really well. And this one does. So this one's really fine. That's not what's going on. I think some of our problem is more deeply internal. Alright, so here's our pump. It has arrived. It is a Yamatic pressure washer pump. I'll leave a link in the description. It comes with hardware, new hardware, bolts, nylon lock nuts, new keyway pins, some spacers if that's needed. I think our original hardware will do just fine, but they are completely compatible. I moved the machine up on blocks here in the upright position because when I lay it on its side, the engine's kind of flopping around, so it might be a little easier putting this pump on in this setup. So I'm going to use some anti-seize lubricant, put it on that crankshaft, because I just want to make sure if it ever needs to come off again, it'll do so without too much trouble. All right. So I'm going to line up the pump with the keyway pin, so hopefully it'll slide up easily, and then we can, there we go, orient it this way, and start with, just get one bolt started through there like that, and the nut up here, this one's easy to access. Yeah, I think that's going to be pretty good. So that's that one. That one looks pretty good. I'll get them all in and threaded before we tighten them down. But it's going up perfectly, easily, just like the original, you know. It's a perfect fit. All right. That's pretty good. I like that. One more here. I'm okay. All right. Oh, that's good. Tighten this one just a little bit more. And that's it. Great job. I'm going to use a new piece of tubing going from the reservoir to the pump, and it's just so chilly today. The tubing is really stiff. I'm going to heat it up briefly with the heat gun. Not melt it, just soften it up a little bit. My piece is just a little long, I think. Warm up this end. All right. Great. That's that. All right, pumps installed, turned out great. I do have to, we're doing an oil change, remember, so I don't want to forget to add oil. So let me take care of that right now. I believe the oil capacity is about 20 ounces. And yes, I'm just going to finish up our maintenance here. And then we're going to wait for the weather to warm up a little bit. And we'll take it outside together and check out that new pump, make sure it's working. I'll see you then. Okay. Alright, good. We got water through the pump. That's a great start. I better open the fuel valve. Oh, that's always helpful. Oh, come on, baby. Oh, I didn't have it on choke. I need to read. Cold start right there. Try again. That's fabulous. That is just fabulous. All right, well that's how easy it is to replace the pump on the Subaru pressure washer, and it would be the exact same procedure for many other different makes and models of gas-powered pressure washers. And now it's working like new again. So that's great. That's really, really good. I think one of the realities of the small engine repair business in the modern day, in the day in which we now live, here it's 2026, is we're going to be doing a lot more component replacement and less component repair. So There may have been a day when you would definitely want to try to rebuild that pump or take it to a guy who knows how to rebuild pumps or carburetors. You know, we're doing just more. The parts are easy to get a hold of sometimes, and it's just going to be the way it is. In fact, what's nice about that is that this is an easy job even for a DIYer. And got a lot more life left in it, and that's great. So your comments and questions on this topic or others are always welcome in the discussion below. Please like, subscribe, do all those wonderful things and make the YouTube algorithm think that I'm something special. And you know what? I think you're something special. So thanks for watching. And I look forward to seeing you all on our next video, because remember, only you can put the do in the do-it-yourself. Bye.